Mornings begin at 6 a.m. with breakfast, a route plan, and equipment check. They each pedal a minimum of 60 kilometers a day. The schedule has begun to make days seem routine. Until the unthinkable happens.
Okay, we'll get you in once they get that off the list. I was pretty, Dick, there you go. No, I walked over here, but I was...
In heavy traffic, Dylan falls off his bike and is hit by a passing car. Even though he was wearing a helmet, the accident knocks him unconscious.
There was quite a bit of traffic, and they just made new pavement. So there was new pavement and a really steep kind of like, 8 inches drop to the shoulder. There was no shoulder. So I moved just a little too close when the traffic came, and then I dropped really quickly off and lost control, and then...
He's badly shaken by the accident, but comes away with some stitches and a chipped tooth. Minor injuries have been common, but until today, no one has been seriously hurt. Dylan's accident reminds them how lucky they've been so far. The next morning, everyone does a more thorough safety check of their bikes. Dylan is too weak to cycle. Injured or not, they must still cover 500 kilometers a day, so the team agrees to cycle his section of the relay. But doing the extra distance isn't easy. Everyone is feeling worn down.
Today we are losing some distance, because we're doing only 420.
I don't know how you feel nowadays.
Yeah, physically I'll admit, I definitely want to bike.
Yeah.
I hate being lethargic, so that's, I guess, my own problem is that I want to bike really bad, but yeah, I feel still a bit out of it.
That sounds good.
Physical stresses and the pressure dealing with 7 other people every day brings morale to a low point.
And you'll keep pushing yourself, so you promise that you're the only one who knows how you're feeling.
Day 115. Martyn calls a meeting to clear the air.
How many hours a day?
While Martyn selected a team that was physically and mentally strong, he expected a journey of this length would provide its own unique challenges.
I have a big issue with people not taking responsibility enough for their own tasks. Where I feel then I'm doing extra. And again, it's very nice to say, you're doing it for the team and all that, but that doesn't cut it for me because people are not doing their job. And that's unacceptable for me.
It is, we're all very different, and sometimes I don't think we all have the same goal, or else we go about it in very different ways.
Balancing individual needs with team expectations has become the most difficult challenge of all.
There's the team drive, there's the goal, the common goal, however general and grand it may be. But to just keep that in your heart every day and to keep that in your actions every day and to stay more aware of what everybody's doing every day for pole to pole would help immensely in my mind. But I don't want to give up because I don't think.
With 4 months of team life and travel ahead of them, some find a measure of inspiration and motivation in the landscape that surrounds them. The Grand Canyon, a wonder of nature, eroded by the Colorado River over thousands of years, has a powerful effect on the team. It also reminds them of the greater goal, what they are attempting with the expedition.
We can learn a lot from nature, and rather than trying to conquer it and overcome it, just live in peace and harmony with it and take care of it.
As they near the border of the United States and Mexico, preparations for a new leg of the journey begin.
Mano, dos manos. Izquierda. Derecha. Dedos del mano. Boca. Pelo. Panza. ¿Y qué más?
Communicating in a new language gives them an understanding of the challenges that Naoki, Jay, Mercedes, and Renaud have faced.
Cuello. Dientes. Piernas. Oh, piernas. Dos piernas. Belly button.
Other preparations are less enjoyable. Day 135. They enter Mexico, a new land, a new language, and a new series of challenges.
All right, let's vote on it.
Deb, have a good ride. You're the first Mexican cyclist.
Awesome.
See you later.
We're going south.
Don't get lost.
They quickly encounter temperatures as extreme as in the North Pole. Only now, it's heat that dogs them. Temperatures climb to 40 degrees Celsius. Heat exhaustion is a serious danger.
Let's see.
I'm warm.
Wow.
Yeah, look at my sweat. I just finished cycling 65 kilometers, and it's pretty warm outside, even for me.
It all pays off when they arrive at the Pacific Ocean. Time off is rare, and they make the most of it.
Oh, see ya? So there you go.
From Mexico, they cross the border into Central America. In just 4 days, they pedal through Guatemala, El Salvador, and Honduras. Travel in Central America brings unique challenges. The unrelenting heat and humidity are draining. Simple breakdowns can take hours or even days to fix.
感じなんですが、ピラミッドは
But most difficult of all is trying to convey the magnitude of what they have experienced. The expedition is changing each of them by what they're learning of their world and of themselves.
6226.
Trámite para la aduana. A la aduana. La salida ya. A la aduana, tramitador.
Border crossings are frequent, unavoidable, and extremely slow. Time spent waiting to cross is time to be made up cycling.
The experiences of crossing a border. I want to kill these boys with my karate, but I'm not going to. I'm going to be patient and smile.
Honduras and El Salvador, and we have to cycle right across Honduras to the border with Nicaragua, and then all the way down to Nam Dame, where we have a project starting tomorrow.
The next morning, they arrive in the village of Nandami in Nicaragua. The team spends 4 days working with a collective which grows food for children orphaned by the Civil War that raged in Nicaragua for more than a decade. The project is a small step that has made a massive difference in the lives of the villagers and a strong impression on the team.
It's helped me to realize that people do really live in different worlds. That whereas in America we're fortunate enough to have enough resources.
Although resource-rich, Central America is one of the poorest regions in the world. Environmental issues place a distant second to day-to-day survival. In the midst of such poverty, security becomes a serious issue. After finishing their leg of the relay, team members have waited hours for the support vehicles to collect them. Locals have told them it's not safe, especially for the women.
It's very safe to not to ride, but to wait for, if we need to wait for different problems. 2 of my cousins have been killed in Colombia because people tried to rob them and they didn't give them what they were asking for. So if anybody approaches you, just give them what they want and, you know, just...
For Jessica, the danger hits close to home. Things don't get any easier as they head south. In Panama, they are warned that the situation in Colombia is too dangerous for them to enter the country.
Come on, welcome on board. Let's get out of here.
Do you mind if we come with you?
The only safe way into South America is by sea to Ecuador. The crossing will take 10 days. But some wonder if they'll survive the journey. For the more seaworthy members of the team, it's a welcome break from dry land and bicycles.
Look how changed the color, look. Yeah. What is fog great?
Oh,
So good.
no.
Déjalo al que la saque.
A storm moves in. Back on land, they continue south and soon reach a major landmark on their journey.
Well, just because it's the equator doesn't mean you can stop biking. You're in 50K a day. That way. South.
South. See you at the South Pole, man. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.
Team spirits are high as they cross the halfway point of the expedition. Just below the equator, they stop to hike part-way through the Andes Mountains. The Cayambe Coca Reserve is a protected area of Amazon forest and cloud forest high in the remote northern Andes.
But for the same temperature?
The team is here to open a tourist path and help out with general maintenance. It also gives them a chance to adapt to the high altitude for when they resume their journey. From Ecuador, they enter Peru. Pedaling in the cool mountains of the interior provides a welcome relief from the searing heat of the coast.
Because your back's supposed to support all of the weight.
Day 200, Machu Picchu in Peru.
If we have not catched up, then what up?
This famous Incan citadel is located 2,350 meters above sea level on the eastern slopes of the Vilcanota mountain range. To complete the trail in 3 days, they need to hike 10 hours a day up peaks of more than 4,000 meters. It's a grueling trek, and that night, everyone is quieter than usual. The next morning, Heidi struggles to make it uphill. Even Mercedes, a triathlete, is having a hard time.
And get more air to your lungs.
Yes, I feel like I'm gonna fall backwards. It's not only the physical is fine. I can take medicine and be fine, but I have something inside of me telling me that it's not right for me to be here. I'm not sure whether it's me being weak and saying you can't do this, or whether it's really something that I just don't feel like I should be on this mountain. I don't feel like I should see this now. No, igual.
Indeed.
Sí, eres tú.
No, take care.
It's the first time anyone on the team has turned back before reaching their final destination. The rest of the group continues on. The high altitude makes every step an effort. Two days later, that effort is rewarded with a stunning view of Machu Picchu. The route is spectacular, but strenuous as they cross the Andes into the desert of northern Chile. Their skin is burned by sun and wind, but every kilometer takes them closer to their goal. From Chile, they cross into Argentine Patagonia. Their destination is Cipolletti, Mercedes' hometown. There they receive a hero's welcome and the keys to the city.
Esperaba, bueno, mi familia, mis amigos.
Conditions of the windswept tail of South America slow them to a walking pace.
Tiene los cuatro partes.
This is one of their final presentations.
Es muy diferente.
Dylan explains how together the team creates an energy that is more powerful and effective than the sum of its members.
Imaginen, esto es alguno grupo de personas. Alguno grupo.
Yes,
Mucho fricción, pero mucho creación, ¿no? Para mí, esto ejemplo es ejemplo de grupo polo a polo, todos grupos. Este ejemplo es profundo. No solo profundo.
Dylan leaves them with the most important message of the expedition.
Esto es todos
What
partes
I've learned on this journey is something similar to magic.
todos juntos,
If we
¿no?
work together,
Esto es the
there's
result
nothing we can't
of
achieve.
many different things working together.
Muchas cosas diferentes trabajando en conjunto.
Day 236. Heidi navigates the final hurdle of 7 months on the road. Six hours later, the team bikes the last kilometers together. They have pedaled, hiked, and kayaked through 13 countries and 2 continents, and they've finally reached the end of the world. But their journey isn't over yet. They've already conquered the North Pole, but a South Pole crossing is the ultimate challenge. It's the highest, windiest, and coldest land on Earth. Preparations for a month-long Antarctic crossing must be thorough. Any kind of emergency rescue from the South Pole would be close to impossible at this time of year.
But the rice doesn't.
No.
So you can start making the groups of
Everything they take must be hauled on sleds. Strict weight calculations are made of everything from chocolate to first aid equipment.